What's up, boys? Welcome to this edition of the Sahh of the week. I figured I'd jump right into it here and start the shitting because it really pains me to do this, breaks my heart. But this week's Sahh, as much as I want to give it out to Beto again, has got to go out to Joey Lots has two Dods, featuring none other than myself and Garrett Peterson Shea. We had a pretty bad loss to freaking Ty this week. He also pulled off one of the greatest saws I've ever seen. If any of you checked out his Snapchats, and this comes on the midst of a three-game losing skid that our team is on, and we don't really show any signs of slowing that down. Although we are playing the 96ers this week, so there is a glimmer of hope. But just to speak to how bad our team has been, we had to start Jarek McKinnon this past week. Now, granted, it was Garrett's idea to start him. You know, he is director of player personnel and all, but I can't blame him. And we might start Torrey Smith this week. Nick Foles has been playing like a piece of shit. Doug Farton hasn't really been living up to the glorious Martin name like I thought he would. We have two tight ends. One of them just sitting on the bench losing points. I can't seem to work out a trade to upgrade elsewhere. And I lost to my girlfriend in one of my fantasy football leagues at work this week. So I figured I'd go into a little bit more of a personal attack on myself and Garrett. You shitheads all deserve it, so I guess I do too. And I figured what better place to start with than my ex-girlfriend Caitlin. It's always a good subject to talk about and make fun of me for. I don't know if I told some of you this, but a couple months back I received a FaceTime call at like 2 in the morning or something, and it was from this number from Florida. I had no idea what it was, but me being the guy I am, I love FaceTime, so obviously I'm going to pick it up. And I saw Caitlin's hideous face staring back at me, and she's smiling, going, oh my God, Keith, I need to tell you something." And I was like, "What, Caitlin?" She goes, "Oh, I know we haven't spoken in a long time, but I had to call you and tell you this, because I know you're gonna think this is the funniest thing you've ever heard." I was like, "Okay, go ahead, Caitlin." I'm half asleep at this point, and she goes, "I shit you not." She says, "I just got done having sex with a girl. I think I'm a lesbian now." And I go, "What, Garrett?" She goes, "Wait, no. Think I'm bi, but like, no, wait, I think I'm a lesbian because that was a lot of fun, and I think I'm gonna turn lesbian now for good." So there was that call. Oh yeah, and then 5 minutes after that, or not 5 minutes, like 5 seconds after that, she then proceeded to tell me that she was the reason her for the Florida number is because she is down there for rehab, because apparently last Christmas, I think she said, her mom found her on her bathroom floor with a heroin needle sticking out of her arm or something. I mean, I might have mixed that story up. Maybe it was her stepdad's bathroom. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I got a psycho ex-girlfriend, but might not be as psycho and as manipulative as Garrett's ex-girlfriend, Shar, who pretty much fucked with Garrett's head for a while. And you could pretty much count the weed, the salvia, and Shar for the reasons why Garrett is the way he is right now. Um, and what did he do after this school year or during break or whatever? He went back and he fucked her. I shouldn't have called it break because Garrett hasn't really. He's kind of been on a break for the past 4 years of his life. But yeah, we got a pair of winning ex girlfriends on our hands. And not to mention my current girlfriend's Asian, so there's that. Let the Asian jokes commence. Um, I don't know if all you guys know what Garrett's been up to. I mean, you do know about his book, where he is writing a book about a real place, no, a fictitious place based on a real island where they run real tests on fictitious animals and they do biogenetic mutation tests on real people in a fake time warp. I might have gotten one or two details backwards there, but you get the point. But in his spare time, when he's not working a full time job and writing his book, he is been going to these Thorn parties. I don't know if anyone's filled you in on what Thorn's been doing lately, but he's been having these like orgy parties. You can ask like Pat or Bevy. I was there for one of them. It was the fucking weirdest thing I've ever been to. But yeah, so he's been like buying kegs and like telling a bunch of people to come over. And it's basically like you're pretty drunk, but then when you look around the room, you realize that it's just a bunch of like bisexual people, and he basically just gets everyone really high, and then has these like weird butt licking orgies. And so Garrett's been really into those lately. He's been ignoring like everyone's calls and just like straight orgying out all day long. So that's what Garrett's been doing. If you haven't been able to reach him. Um, if you guys notice, I'm pretty stuffed up right now. I have a little bit of a sinus infection. That's why I got these Advil cold and sinus going on. What you probably didn't know is that the reason my sinuses are so bad is because when I broke my face, the doctor actually told me that part of my sinus bone was cracked, so that as time goes on, I'm going to start to develop some chronic sinus pain. So I'm starting to feel the effects of that. So, Sahh. I also was a piece of shit who didn't pay social, so you guys are probably mad at me about that still. Granted, one of the reasons might have been that my insurance only covered 80% of our $280,000 procedure, but that's another discussion for another time. My teammate's Garrett, like I said, I don't even know if the fucking kid's alive. He might have died in one of Thorne's fucking orgy parties. Let's see, I drank piss. Pat broke my ribs by falling on me. I am trying to get famous by selling butt plugs to put on kids' fingers. And I thought I was going to have a cool birthday this weekend. Thought everything was going to look up. I spur of the moment bought Lions tickets, drove out to Detroit. You know, thought they'd beat up on the fucking Mills. And little did I know that fucking prick Alex Henry would miss 3 field goals, and then the Lions would go on to lose to a 58-yard field goal. And I had to watch him lose to Kyle Orton, who has a dumber looking face than Beto after he does a triple whippet. And by the way, Beto, it honestly looked like each player on your fantasy team did a bunch of whippets before they played this Sunday, because your team sucked ass, and you're really lucky I didn't saw you again. And with Calvin out for the next couple weeks, it does not look good for you guys. So maybe I'll saw you next week. Probably. I guess that's going to do it for this week's Saw of the Week. What I wanted to ask was that you guys hop on the message board, throw up a little video, a little quick blurb message, what have you. List out the rest of my shortcomings and the douchey things that I've done over the years. So that in case I've missed something, you can get all those frustrations out on me. Crass & Co. We can't change your face, but with results like these, we won't need to. Sahh.